Welcome back to the HoodCast.
The opinions expressed on the HoodCast are those of the guests and the host. They reflect no inference or agreement by Hood Tech Productions or Hood Tech Productions LLC or HoodCast LLC. The information presented on the HoodCast is not intended to offend any race, creed, religion, sexual orientation, or nation of origin. Please listen at your own discretion.
It is now time.
It's time.
Get ready. Let's do it.
What's good?
What do Willie Biggs? I think that it is time for the show, bro.
All right, it's the HoodCast theme song. It's about time we gave y'all a new one. So G-Mac got us in the booth. Let's go.
Hey man, we back. It's the show from the past. So get your drink and grab a seat because we're here. And if I didn't before, let me make it clear. We on Instagram and Facebook, turn us loud up in your ear. We're shining brighter than a hanging crystal chandelier. Hanging from the roof, shenanigans funny as hell. You know, man, we the truth. Without further ado, I hit the boards and grab the mic. We get online a little early so we can get our sound right. And then we go off and show off when we do our thing. We spit the truth to the world. I hope you understand our slang. I am the host who they call G-Mac the boss. Trying to make up for the lost time in the few years that we lost. We play that FIS music, it's the same thing all the time. My passion is so dapper, you can tell it in this rhyme. I'm good on my refreshments, I done went to the store. The moment we all be waiting for. It's our time now for the show, yeah.
All right, let's go. It's HoodCast. You know what it is, your favorite show, twice a week. www.hoodcast.podomatic.com, hoodtechproductions.com. G-Mac, I'll tell them what it is, bro.
For sure that's in the present, but it's from the past. They say the HoodCast was a one hell of a cast. It's the show that say that makes your stomach weak. Instagram and Facebook twice a week. For sure that's in the present, but it's from the past. They say the HoodCast was a one hell of a cast. It's the show that say that makes your stomach weak. Instagram and Facebook twice a week.
This is Robot Ron, and now the moment you all been waiting for. G-Mac, Willie Biggs, and Code.
What's up, world? What's up? Welcome back to another edition of Hood Tech, just the HoodCast. www.hoodtechproductions.com. This is HoodCast 291. We got a guest up in this thing. But before we introduce him, let's introduce the crew. Willie Biggs.
What's happening, people? How y'all feeling tonight?
Jen E. Oh, she got the stunner glasses on. Let's say shades with their glasses. And we have our special guest.
Go ahead,
Miss-
G-Mac.
Can you introduce our guest, please?
This brother needs absolutely no introduction whatsoever. He is legendary. Legendary artist, brilliant man, extremely talented. Ladies, the RIDAH God is here.
In the building. Round of applause. More than just do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What's happening, brother?
Excuse me.
I ain't seen this man in 15 years, damn near. At least 10. I've been out the scene for at least 10. But it's clear that your work ethic has not faltered not one bit, my brother. I was listening. We're going to get into it in the second segment of the show when we do your interview. Just as an introduction, I got to let people know that, they're going to hear this throughout the interview. And we're not letting him talk a lot because his voice will wreck the whole fucking internet.
Yeah.
We do not want to break the circuits in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So we need to keep his speaking as minimal as possible. This man's he's like that fucking Marvel character. Was it Havoc or whatever his name is?
Havoc.
He opened his mouth, he just blow the doors off the room.
Yeah.
Havoc, that's what man. Yeah, if he ever switch his name, you should go with Havoc because he definitely that's already taken, but he'd be the Arkansas version. That man got a voice. But yeah, we got the RIDAH God in here, man. If y'all don't understand the RIDAH God, there's only one.
Serious,
not a RIDAH God, not a different RIDAH God. It's the RIDAH God.
RIDAH God.
The RIDAH God. You do not get a duplicate of this.
No.
You do not get a duplicate of this. I'm just not buttering your bread, bro. I'm really into it. Like, oh man, it's something serious. When Jen told me that you hit her up and you was gonna do the show, we did something we never do. She and I had a pre-talk before the show. I was like, we got to do
we
this.
had a whole chat.
We had a whole chat. Like, no, let's get don't.
What it was, we had Ferocious on here, and afterwards, I hollered at Kinfolk and I said, Ferocious, I said I could kick myself right now. He said, why? I said, why hadn't I hit my brother up to be on the show? I said I owe him the biggest apology. I said he got more jobs than a Jamaican. I say he up before Jesus and the Mexicans.
And the Mexicans? I can see Jesus with the Mexicans? How you beat the Mexicans? They don't even sleep.
Up at the butt crack of dawn. I said, do me a favor. I said, I messaged my brother, hit my brother up, tell him to get at me. And my brother watched the show, saw us give him love. He agreed to be on the show, and I started crying.
Thank you. Dude, this is a big deal. I'm not even gonna front. This is a big fucking deal.
This is a big fucking deal.
And I mean, I got friends that Grammy nominated,
Mama
Grammy winners, fucking platinum producers, the works. And I haven't been excited about an interview. I told her about, so I'm looking forward to Monday.
Yeah.
You know, nobody looks forward to fucking Monday. I don't give a damn what.
Me and him was tickled pink.
Oh man.
We was like little kids.
We was like, he gonna do it for real?
On field day. I'm like, yeah, he's coming.
For real? Oh my.
Like, oh shit.
I'm like, he's really gonna do it.
My hair did.
Yeah. I went and got my look.
She went and put on her intelligent glasses. Got the school teacher library joints on. You know what I'm saying?
The stunner shade.
I blew the dust off the two master's degrees. Let's go. Let's do this.
Dude, trust me, we humble too, man.
And when I called him, he was like, sis, I'm humbled. You.
Dude, we have had people who thought they were the shit. And I thought they was the shit too. And they like flaked on the interview, and I wasn't really fucked up.
We wasn't.
You're not the best talent that I've ever seen. I thought you was a cool person. Bring your show. You didn't show.
Yeah,
whatever. Because I'm like, it only gets better. And I gotta say, we are reaching the pinnacle at a plateau right now, having a RIDAH guy here. So, bro, thank you again. Round of applause, my brother.
This is like having DMX on the show, man.
Yeah, it's like getting DMX in this joint, but sober and fucking focused and some more shit. I mean, it's like, dude, no disrespect to DMX, but if I tell people, and I don't say this often, you know how they be like, oh, if Pac was alive or so-and-so was alive. I was like, bro, if they was alive and have a label, if there's one person I know they would be trying to holler at, would be RIDAH.
Because when this cat step on the stage, it's like, everybody be quiet.
You know how people keep dancing, keep partying. They be like, let me hear what's about to be said.
Not this one.
And I was listening to a new project, and I was like, okay, let me rewind because I know I missed some shit. Rewind. I'm smart, but every now and then, you know, I might have had a beer in my hand. Let me roll back and pay attention. Yeah, you definitely trying to make some motherfuckers uncomfortable.
Yeah.
His intent is to make some. You were not gonna sleep well tonight. I'm gonna make sure. When you wake up tomorrow, you're gonna be disturbed.
When you got a 68-year-old church lady, listen to RIDAH for Life, and she turns. You know it gets serious when an older church lady turn the flame down on her pot of beans and go, I know that's right.
Turn the flame down on a pot of beans? What? You slow down Sunday dinner?
He done say something serious.
Yeah,
said,
bro. I can't even front because I don't even have a Spotify title, none of that. So I always got to listen to all the commercials. You got to skip shit and try to get back to it. I was going through it. I was like, all right. And then when they want to start playing, I would just tweet it like, yo, we got to hook. This guy's on the show. You got to listen. This guy's on the show. You got to listen. And I was like, I'm hoping people are listening to these links and want to hear this interview because my brother's gonna come in this joint. And when we get through, as those commentators say, if something happened to me after this, you know what it is.
We have
if my credit score go down and my bank account get froze, I know what happened. And man, it told the truth in public.
Right.
They watching. They what's up to them?
Yeah, they accept. Got my fresh outfit because they're taking pictures. I know they're taking pictures.
and the thing
when
about
the fans taking pictures, I want to be fresh.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it has such a large body of work. And I've listened to the whole thing the minute it dropped. Visual for Queen. He's always given us something thought provoking.
This is the longest
He's
intro you probably
always
ever
made
got.
us think. I mean, has always
It's
made
so
us think.
true. Dude,
But
we
it
can
has
sit here and give you
always,
praise for an hour. That would be
right,
fucking
right.
redundant. But at the
Has
end of the
always
day,
made us think.
there's only a couple of artists in Little Rock. And I mean, it's a lot of great, talented people. There's only a few people. If I hear something, I know it's gonna get some replay value.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you hear some people like, yeah, you're doing what's being done. So I might bump this in the ride, but it ain't got no replay value. Your joints, you listen 4 times, you're gonna get 4 jewels. 5th time, you're gonna get a 5th jewel. By the time you at the 6th time of that joint and you know the words, you've been educated, and then you're gonna go out in the world and you're gonna encounter a situation, and that song will pop up. You're like, that's what the fuck he was talking about right there.
Mm-hmm.
There go that shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you didn't see it before, but it's like if somebody tell you sky's blue, when it get gray, it's gonna rain. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When it happened, you go, well, there it is.
Well,
right
wait a minute. There you go.
That is what them
He told
songs
us.
be like. That's what them songs be like, bro. And again, I'm not acting like I got like Jen can name 10 RIDAH songs before I can. But like I was telling her, the conversation we had a long time ago, she reminded me of it. And I told her then, I said, man, I used to talk to so many people. I can't remember the details of the conversation, but what I do remember has stuck with me. And every time his name comes, I remember how I felt after we talked.
Mm-hmm. You learn
how
something.
they say people don't remember what you do, but they don't always remember what you say, but they do remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And I told her, I got through talking to that man, and one thing I said, you know, you can talk to 20 rappers in Little Rock and fuck around, not just 20 rappers, just 20 rappers, and have the same 20 conversations. Mm-hmm. But then here comes RIDAH with 20 conversation number 21. That be the one conversation. You're like, nah, I had a conversation. I wasn't getting marketed to. He wasn't giving me his branded image or his version of his favorite rapper. This was what this man was. And I appreciated it about you. I was like, nah, he wasn't trying to be somebody else. Because I always had people try to sell me on, man, I'm like, you didn't do that.
No, RIDAH is RIDAH.
And you don't get no fucking invitation. Now, people like invitation is the greatest form of flattery. I think motherfuckers scared to try to copycat. First of all, if your delivery ain't that sharp, you RIDAH. And if your delivery ain't that sharp, I would feel dumb trying to cover one of your songs because I know I'm gonna be the shit at it. It's gonna be horrible. That delivery is so sharp. Like I can't wait till people hear the music doing this show. We're gonna spend a whole 14 minutes talking about how great you are. So when we get to the interview part, motherfuckers will know. But that delivery is so sharp. It's razor sharp, and there's only a few rappers that got it like that.
Thank
yeah.
I know. I was listening to the late Fred the Godson.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a quote that Fred the Godson said, when you name your top 5, the most important is going to be bars.
Right.
This is bars.
Right. Nobody talks about jewelry. Nobody talks about how much money you made. Or, nobody talk about them bars. Mm-hmm. And if I got to rank mine, you got a spot. You got a spot, and my spot, dude, my shit got Rakim on it. I got KRS-One on my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Them some goats, man.
That's what I'm saying. My list don't have no, nothing
flashy, nothing.
None of that. My top five probably ain't released an album in the last 5-10 years, except KRS-One.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since Rakim dropped the joint. That I remember the last one he dropped was that There Is No God But You.
Right. You know? But Kim could still walk in a room and he's still Kim.
Still gonna walk in a room and kill it. That's what I'm talking about. It's not too many people that if I came home and I was gonna put a show together and I was like, let me think, who am I gonna get? I'm gonna think of the names I know. But the ones I know for sure gonna deliver, no question. I just need to know if you're available. I don't need to hear the new material. I don't need you to come to sound check. Man, I need you on stage 7:30. I know you're gonna show up 7:15, hang out backstage, go out there and kill it, no drama. Them other niggas gonna bring 10 folks with them that don't want to pay. It's gonna be a bunch of shit, man. Yeah, I can go on, bro. We 16 minutes in, and this man ain't got 2 words in there edgewise. But that's how excited we are.
Man.
That's how excited we are. First of all, how you doing, bro?
Blessed. And I just want to hold on. Let me say this. King G Mac, Queen Jen, King Willie Biggs. Y'all have no idea how humble and grateful I am, and it's such an honor to be on y'all's platform. Thank you.
Hey, same here.
Thank you.
I thank you for taking the time. Like she said, we know A lot of rappers front, I'm getting money, I get the back. We know you work for your money.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody giving you shit. So for you to take some time, it's
All
like
the
I tell
time.
people, like, man, I'm trying to get my record played at the radio station. I was like, bro, radio sells ads. So why they gonna take the time to play your record? That's 3 minutes of ad time. So for an hour, for you to come with us for an hour, I know a sacrifice is being made.
Right.
I know. That's an hour of a bag. He could be somewhere plotting, planning, scheming, and executing. So if he taking an hour break to let that mind get a little,
And he still want
trust
to
me.
work after this. Let me just put that out there.
I already know you had to say that. He ain't blowing a whole day with us. He ain't blowing a whole day. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting a whole 8-hour shift out this kid. We can't afford to take his whole day. You know what I'm saying? I had to cut you a check to try to get you 8 hours.
Right.
Nah, y'all can have the whole day. That's how
Man,
much
you know what, dude?
Heard that.
It's a lot of stuff that people like, oh, if I just got nominated, I'd be happy. They be lying. You want to
They be
win.
lying.
And
You
you
wanna
coming on the
win.
show right now, it's better than an honorable mention. This is a win.
Yeah, this whole win.
We have arrived, people.
Yeah.
We got enough respect to get somebody of this caliber.
Yeah.
And when I say
I can
caliber,
quit
I don't
now.
mean how many awards you won or how much you've been recording. I'm talking about it's like having Jen on here. There's a level of intelligence. Me and G Mac, we can do this crazy shit all day.
Right.
But when you get somebody to come in with a level of intelligence, like I fuck with y'all, that kind of says to me, maybe we ain't as foolish as we think we are. maybe sometimes we make a little bit of sense, just enough
Right.
to trick
If you
these
go
people to come
back
on this
and
show.
watch some shows, you'll see my face like hit the ground. You'll see me go.
Oh, if you watch some of the other shows, you're probably gonna be like, I don't know why I did that. You're gonna call Jen up. What in the hell did you get me into? But man, I tell you, we are so excited to have you here. I want to talk about where you're going, where you been, what you got going on. We friends now. When this interview's over with, you might be mad because I'm gonna ask you some shit. You're gonna be like,
man, you ask me, I'm an open book. You ask me whatever you want.
Hey, that stuff you put on them records, I know you ain't got no secrets to hide. Don't nobody talk that kind of shit that's got a lot to hide, bro. You can't talk that kind of shit if you got something to hide.
The level of transparency.
All of our black leaders had something to hide. You see how that shit went. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You can't have nothing to hide and speak as forceful as you do. You can't. But when you said America's Babylon, I was like,
Yep.
let me get off the internet with this shit. I gotta download this so they catch me. They catch me listening to this. Just want to be fucking kill all my contracts.
When it first dropped, I was in the bathroom stall like.
Can they see me through my phone?
When I listened to Through My Eyes, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. And, hey,
okay.
When that motherfucker said killing our babies with the vaccine, I was like, this brother right here.
Yeah.
He put up a sign said, I want all the smoke.
I want it all.
I want it all. I dare you to debate me. I dare you to debate me.
I'm on a one-way trip, baby. I'm on a one-way trip.
Right. There's no coming back.
I could have made $10,000 America's Funniest Home Videos. The church lady, 68 years old. I know that's right. A moment time, I know that's right. Now, mind you, she's gonna kill Cokie, but
yeah,
I know
Cokie
that's
said
right.
something. Cokie got a little out of hand. We got to get a apology for the church ladies from him on the last show, but since he's not here to defend himself, we're gonna go into that.
He's not yet.
But we have officially fucked off 20 minutes of your time. So with that being said,
I got all the time for you guys.
But we're talking to the listeners. If you look at the clock, we're at 20 minutes. So, folks, we're going to play some music. And when we come back, we're gonna stop talking and let the man with the voice do the talking. We're going to interview RIDAH G.O.D. Thank you, brother, for being here. G-Mac, let's get some music playing. We're about to get into this HoodCast.
Yes, sir. We shall be right back, y'all, right after this.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
If you working with them folks, find an exit and get out. This is conscious rap music for the junk and the drought. In the city that I'm rapping, we turn up, we get lit. I know you heard of Little Rock, but you ain't heard it like this. If you're with the sucker shit, find an exit and get out. Where we from, we sucker free. Still niggas out the south. On the sword that we reppin', we turn up, we get lit. I know you heard of Arkansas, but you ain't heard it like this. If you come from out of town, pay attention when you ride. The streets are full of cops and the stench of homicide. I'm fresh like oxytide, I get love on every side. If they don't say the ride is solid, that's on me, them niggas lie. Respected in my city, it's time to make a toast
Fuck them haters round the block and out here trying to do the most. Fuck the slice, I want the loaf. I'm repping for my coast. Razor back and fast breaking, throwing alleys in the post. I rap for underdogs, for my swagger mainstream. Went from center to ascension. My hustle super mean, and that's ferocious on the beat. If you ain't know, you niggas sleep. Them youngsters say we slapping, bumping, slumping in the streets. Ain't it not cool? Dip it, drop us in the grease. The buzz got the pop. Now these labels want a piece. Salute them all, baby. Long live Uncle Rick, Nisha Reese, Stacy P, King Trav in this bitch. If you working with them folks, find an exit and get out. This is conscious rap music for the junkies in the drought. In the city that I'm repping, we turn up, we get lit. I know you heard of Little Rock, but you ain't heard it like this. If you're with the sucker shit, find an exit and get out. Where we from, we sucker free. We deal niggas out the south. On the soil that we repping, we turn up, we get lit. I know you heard of Arkansas, but you ain't heard it like this.
If you rap for the city, you should get nothing but love. It's the Mark Aliens in this bitch, who you thought it was. We didn't get it on no silver spoon, we got it out the mud. It ain't nothing but a banger when you hear it in the club. We turn up, we get lit, it ain't with that sucker shit. I know you heard a Little Rock, but you ain't heard it like this. I might shoot or take your sis, leave me open, I won't miss. With the rock up in my hand, all you gon' hear is the switch. Tell me what the fuck is going on, what they yapping about. We real ass soldiers from the south, find the exit and get out. R.I.P. to Derek Floyd, Marlon Franklin, Lil Dre, Andre Lucky, they my fam, I miss them in the major way. So put your cups up in the air, cause it's going down today. Where we from, we fair and bar none. You think we about to play? Ryder hollered at me, so this track I'm killing the rigor mortis. You can catch me posted up, ballin' on them Bobby Porters.
If you working with them folks, find an exit and get out. This is conscious rap music for the junkies in the drought. In the city that I'm repping, we turn up, we get lit. I know you heard of Little Rock, but you ain't heard it like this. If you're with the sucker shit, find an exit and get out. Where we from, we sucker free. We deal niggas out the south. On the soil that we repping, we turn up, we get lit. I know you heard of Arkansas, but you ain't heard it like this. Yeah, Ride of God. I got King Larry Lucky riding with me. Arcadian International, Rocktown, Arkansas, stay down. What up, AMD? What up, Big Mom Weeks? Young Flick, Big Boo, Joe Cool, Mike Dog 2020. Yeah. Rest in peace, I Smile. Rest in peace to Young Freak. Rest in peace, April Mills. Rest in peace, Boss One.
Yo. We are back. Second segment of HoodCast 291 with the rider guy himself, baby.
Yeah.
Everybody
Working with them folks, you need to find a way out.
Yo. Before
Music to my ears, truly.
Before we get to
Go ahead, G-Mac.
I have to say what we
Gotta
Do
pay
some
the bills.
housekeeping.
Gotta do some housekeeping. Go ahead.
Yeah, do a little housekeeping. If you would love to get your music played on this show, Hood Therapist the HoodCast, please send us your original MP3s to the HoodCast@gmail.com. Now we'll be glad to add it to the rotation. Now we are
only original music, please. No cover songs, no karaoke. We don't do that. Especially not when we got somebody this caliber on
no
the
YouTube
show.
beats.
No YouTube beats. We want that rock hard shit. So speaking of which, the new project. I'm just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna get into the past and the present, all that. But that song, right off the rip, that last joint, the one we played before we came into this next segment, that's your joint. Is that the new single? Is that gonna be the single? Nowadays they don't really do it that way, but is that the one you're pushing out first?
Actually, yeah, that one is it's already on 96.5 here. They playing it in Northwest Arkansas on Dry Time Mix Show and in Oklahoma City. So Bobby Portis was just the record to really just come out with that bounce, and Queen probably be close in the next couple weeks. I have Queen on the radio and everything, and then we actually getting ready to do the video for Rider for Life. So we're working on that.
Yeah, that's my mama's song.
Yeah. So
we're gonna play that a little later on.
No doubt.
Yeah, that Rider for Life, boy. For those that don't know, that's a throwback. That's a throwback for those of when conscious rap turned into gangster rap, reality rap. That song was a staple. So you basically repurposing and reinterpolating, as they say it, that hook.
We're making the word.
First you called it, threw me off. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, It does.
I want to be a rider for life. And then I went straight back to that damn Dog Pound, Death Row, Pac era, that
Hey.
whole era. And that was the era when folks were selling 1 million records and actually sold 1 million physical records.
Right.
Because the music meant that much. Folks wanted to have it in their hand.
Man,
You know, that where do you get that? What is that thing that burns inside of you that gets that type of message out? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What kind of what you sprinkle on your Cheerios in the morning? Because we not eating cereal. You clearly it's something else in here, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where does that come from? That more than just words. You're not just making words rhyme. It's a message. Where does that come from?
In terms of rider for life, or just
you that you as an artist.
General, yes. So that fire has always been there. You know, based off my upbringing. You know, I grew up humble beginnings, 8 of us, project, South End, side of Little Rock, struggle, starving, hungry. You know, seeing everything out in these streets, surviving things in these streets, doing more shit than a Marine in these streets. And then, but you know, I always had this underlying, let's call it divine fire that was always in me, even before I actually honed into it and knew exactly what it was. It was just a passion that I had for humanity, living, things around me. Let me say this, and that's another conversation, but in 2005, 2004, 2005-ish, I had a very, 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 very powerful experience, spiritual / supernatural experience.
Okay.
And that pretty much gave me an enlightenment of why I was the way that I was. And and then that went all the way back from that moment, going all the way back to my childhood. Some things had happened that I have an explanation for. But when that happened starting in 2005, it gave me an explanation for everything on back, and it further reinforced the fire that was burning inside me. And Donna Summer, I saw an interview with her, the late great, rest in peace, Queen Donna Summer. She said something that really hit me. She said that when you have something inside you, you can't turn it off. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can do. You're gonna do whatever it takes to get to wherever you need to be to try to quench that fire in you. And not a second sooner until you get to that moment, you're gonna go, all out for that. And so it's just
that's the realest shit ever, though.
Yeah, it's deep.
True.
That's deep. That's deep. Now, so what you're saying is you had that epiphany where
it was more than that. It was more
but those dots and those little missing spaces kind of align, and you can see you can see where you came from a little clearer. Did it help you give some direction of where you were going? So, I mean, do you care to share what the exact experience was? Because at this point, I don't even care about the music. I want to know the man. So, was it? Okay, I'll share one with you.
No.
Maybe you won't feel bad. Let me share you one.
No, I won't feel. I got you.
Okay, 28. I run let's just be clear. I ran an adult website that's very popular and profitable.
Oh my!
Shut up, Jen. I'm on the train. I'm not lying. I'm on the train. I think I'm on the A train coming from Brooklyn going into Manhattan. And this is when right after 2008 and 9/11 hadn't happened yet or whatever. Obviously, it wasn't 2000. It wasn't 2008. I'm sorry. It was in Arkansas. It was 2002. Bush had just came in office. Layoffs were starting to happen hard. A lot of the .com bubble was starting to burst. I was working for a web hosting company. Money was great, but this adult side hustle was picking up too. It was actually them checks were starting to line up to the point I was thinking about letting the regular go to keep the other thing. I'm on a train, and someone had called me about coming to Chicago to film something inappropriate that they wanted to run on the site. And they wanted to partner with me to do it. I wasn't gonna be in it if they wanted me to film and edit. Just be clear. So I'm on a train thinking the numbers through in my head because I got to travel to Chicago. I got to tell my wife. And I lie to you not. I'm sitting on the train, and just like I'm looking right at you, and you looking right at me, and y'all hear your voice and you hear mine, right here, I heard something say, yeah, but you know that's wrong. It was clear as a bell.
Wow.
And I'm turning around. I'm on a train. You know, I'm on a train in Manhattan. It's early morning. It ain't empty, but it ain't packed so that I'm hearing something. There's nobody sitting next to me. So I
But
go
you
back
heard
to
it.
I go back to still plotting on how I'm gonna get this money with this adult entertainment situation. And I can speak loud. My wife is here. She can tell you. I've told her the story 100 times. When that happened to me that day, I called her when I got to the office. Went into the office. The company I was working with, we hosted the site.
Pharaoh.
And my manager used to say, "Yo, man, I hope you're making some money on that site because, dude, you pulling a lot of bandwidth." And I was like, "I'm doing okay." I didn't want to tell him because I worked there. I had free hosting. I had all kind. I really didn't have no overhead. So it was doing the money I was making. Everything was great.
All your money.
Long story short, I kept thinking it through. And again, right here, and I always say right here because this is about the distance. If somebody had been sitting there, I heard him say, "Yeah, but you know that's wrong." I went to work, talked to my database guy, told him, "Listen, back up your scripts. I'm shutting the site down today." He was like, "Dude, are you crazy?" He's like, "Are you crazy? You see your numbers? You got 40 something consecutive. You got 40 plus concurrent connections on your site. 40 plus concurrent connections on a site is over 100,000 people a month coming through here. You want to shut that down? You taking money? You just don't cost you nothing." I totally. I was the NOC manager for the data center, and I let my the guy who handled our site setups when people order new websites. I said, "Man, go ahead and shut my site down." He was like, "Bro, have you seen the stats for your site?" I shut him down because that moment told me all my life my grandma used to talk about God. She's a deeply religious woman. You know, now I used to say, my grandma prayed for me. Our grandma prayed for all of us. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's why you made it through them times as being the Marines in the street, because your grandma prayed for you.
Amen.
No act of your own. And I have a bad habit of taking over interviews with my story, but I just want to be clear. I got to that point because I heard that voice. I heeded that call, and I've had ups and downs through that time, but my valleys have been far exceeded by my peaks. And because I made a choice, and like they say, when God calls, you either answer or you suffer the consequences of not answering. There is no two. There's no. I'm not gonna do what you're gonna say, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm fine like this. No.
You will stop.
You're gonna stop doing what you're doing. Either you're gonna do it voluntarily or something's gonna stop you. I volunteered.
Wow.
Because when I heard it, it told me, and I don't care who watching think I'm crazy. When I heard it, well, there was somebody in another screaming at somebody, and I happened to hear that voice, the message got received. And I shut it down like that. I had people sending me emails, "Yo, man, what happened to the site?" The guy with the film company, "Yo, what's going on?" It was a guy that actually, he was a set designer for one of the, I'm not going to get a company a plug, but one of those adult video companies in New York. He was ready to build sets and do all this. I mean, they were ready to go. I could be a whole nother business right now, but probably halfway to hell on the way going.
Right.
And so I'm saying, when you say you had a moment, I know exactly what you mean. It's not like a series of events. It's one single thing, and
it's just that one single solitary moment
like,
where it puts, like my mom said, it will put a pause in you.
Because I got off the train and I'm walking to the office and I'm really contemplating, am I going crazy?
And you're not.
I'm not going crazy, but did I just hear what my grandma been telling me for 30 years? I mean, I'm hearing this shit. I used to hear my grandma, the Lord spoke to me. I'm like, he should go with this shit. And then here I am going,
that's Willie Biggs, boy.
But I used to, you know how your grandma say stuff when you don't know no better, you just kind of blow it off like she old.
Yes.
Then when you start getting up in age and some stuff happen and you hear something and you see these patterns, you be like, grandma wasn't crazy. I just didn't understand.
Exactly.
My comprehension wasn't here yet.
Man.
So is that what happened to you? Did you get one of them moments?
Before I get into, I'm going to speak on it, but I want to say first, all praises be to God.
All praises.
Jesus for being present and touching my brother, King Willie Biggs, for laying the tone, setting the tone, and doing so. And I thank you, brother, for being obedient.
Man.
And, you know, and to piggyback on your experience, you know, that is also confirmation and why there was not even a second inkling of a second guessing on coming to this platform. As soon as Ferocious told me check your inbox, I checked my inbox and it says it was done. It was done.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank
just
you.
out of respect for you, her, and G Mac and Kokomo, just y'all whole movement. This is the first time I've spoken publicly since I released the album, and I hadn't spoken
Really?
publicly in a
Yeah.
while. Yes.
Oh wow, thank you. Well,
So
we truly are on it.
I'm
This is more than behind the scenes. This is a
I'm
fresh take.
I couldn't, this was God's will, and to show, thank you for sharing that.
You're
Thank
welcome. You're welcome.
and like I was telling Jen, I wanted to have some hard truths, some real adult talk on here, and you set the tone so perfectly with that experience.
So I try to do.
Yes. So an incident happened when I was 7, and
And I
so
remember you talked about this one.
yeah. Fast forward to 2005, I had just moved from Dallas. I had a now when in the streets of Babylon, when I mentioned the Three Giants, the
Mm-hmm.
video that I saw that happened in Houston a year later,
Mm.
Dallas, and then I returned home that the following year after Dallas. So when I returned home, I was working at the state hospital over there on Palm, the Arkansas State Hospital. They
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
crazy house. I was security on the double lockdown.
Forensic,
Yes, forensics, the worst unit. Five
where I
low,
used to work.
five lower, the Thunderdome, Gladiator
Mm.
Yep.
School.
Mm.
Yep. We
So
used to call it the Thunderdome.
yes, so now there was some things that was kind of happening in there. They kind of started tweaking, you know,
Mm-hmm.
my whole thought
Yeah.
process. Like, am I tripping?
Mm-hmm.
You
But
wouldn't.
right. So for a week, fast forward a week straight, I started seeing two beautiful, luminous UFOs. I started seeing them daytime, dusk, dawn, for a week straight. I was even at work with some patients, and I take them out on breaks, and they appeared again right on the horizon during sunset, and
Real
me and the
talk.
patient watching them. They saw it. I'm sitting there like, wow.
And you thinking I
So
got two patients? Ain't nobody gonna believe me and these two patients?
right, they
But
they
one of them would go back in the unit and tell people.
yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
God. Tell it.
fast forward, and like I say, there's layers and there's a whole lot of details to this, but I'm just fast forwarding and giving you the
Mm-hmm.
quick.
No,
So
man. Take your time. Take your time. We ain't got nowhere to go. I mean, you gotta go to work. We at
Yeah,
work. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I already took the rest of the night off. I'm
All right.
Now,
sorry. So after that, a climatic event happened. I won't speak on it yet, but an event happened. But then after that, maybe a week after that, Jesus and the ascended master archangels came to me. Michael, Raphael, Uriel,
Ooh.
Gabriel, Metatron,
Ooh. Okay.
they all came to me. And from that moment, from 2005 all the way to 2012, they were present in my life. I was talking to them, I seen them, I was looking at them like, and so that goes back to what you said about your grandmother. In that moment, that made me also realize all of the people that I encountered along the walk to get to now that spoke about Jesus spoke to me, or I saw an angel, or this or that. And like you say, most of the time, from our level of understanding and not having those experiences,
Mm-hmm.
you quick to show it off like, okay, you know.
Whatever. Right.
But in actuality, looking back on that, those things are actually happening everywhere.
Right.
The people that they're reaching out to, that they're communicating with, that they're visiting, that they're awakening, they have their own reason. But yes, so that happened, and that pretty much totally rearranged the way that I see the world, everything in it, and it made me straighten my walk up.
Mm.
But also, it also showed me you know, because Jesus, he said that, you know, I'm a sinner, I'm imperfect, but he would always say to me that you're perfect in my eyes. And the things that I went through, where I was born, where I was raised, the experience that I had in them streets, that was my training to be able
Exactly.
back to go get those that the preachers in the pulpit or those over there can't go and get. I can go and get them, train, speak to them. So I had to learn how to be myself and still carry that. So I cuss, I do what I'm a natural sinner, but my heart is his.
That's the most
Right.
important
Then
part.
that's it. That's the
So,
most important part.
so
That's
yeah,
it.
that sharpened my, my whole, you know, from my rapping from the past all the way to now. And, so I was more raw, the spiritual element was there, but it was like a blind faith slash, you know, I really don't
I
have,
know, but I don't know.
to explain it, but
I know
now,
what you're talking about.
yeah, now everything is, I'm focused. I know exactly where I'm trying to go. I know exactly what I need to do, what I'm trying to do, because we all,
And you're gonna do it, bro. You're gonna do it. I
hey,
believe that. I
hey,
believe that. I
so,
believe it. Now, I gotta say, man, yeah, we could just you and line. This could be a whole nother show. This could be a
right,
whole
Mhm.
nother podcast
right,
series. We could clip the music part off, throw that out, and just strictly talk about
no doubt.
that inner development, that interpersonal conversation you had with yourself and with a higher being, that interaction and how it made you feel. Because I'm telling you, when you hear that voice, and it be so clear, it cut through everything. I'm in Manhattan. I'm on a train in New York in the morning,
Yes,
and I can
Most
hear this
chaotic
voice like we
place you
sitting in
can
my
be.
living room and ain't nobody but me and him.
yes.
So when people say, "Oh yeah, you religious people," I be like, "Hey,
I'm not.
you're right. I'm not religious.
I'm an
I know,
unconditional servant for Jesus. I'm not. I can't quote scripture. I only read the Bible twice. I don't know all of the stories. All of that. I'm in it. I'm present. Walking it. We the new prophets. We the new messengers. We the new watchers. We the new disciples. We're the new version. This version of the stories of the past. We're them
Hmm.
now. Walking.
right, right,
So
right,
can't you can't put that on us now. What happened 2,000 years ago? We living it and walking in it right now.
exactly,
So, but anyway,
exactly."
bro, go ahead, brother.
No, this your interview. This is why we got you here. They hear me
Right.
talk every
Hey,
week,
you
brother. Go
taking over
on.
my
They
show.
sick of my ass. They don't want to hear me. These folks probably writing in like, "Damn, Big Man saying shit. This is unusual."
Wipe away,
Bro,
wipe away the taboo. These are the conversations, the honest conversations
honest.
we need to be having, because there are others that heard voices and heard things heard things that you heard, experienced things that I experienced, but they can't come out publicly and share this because, and I don't know, and I just want to say this real quick. You know, early on when Jesus and them came, I asked them. I said, "Can I share this? Can I tell somebody?" And they
Of
said,
course.
"They say you may share anything that you wish," knowing that I was gonna get judged harshly by my own family. Like
Yep.
they thought I was,
Ostracized. Yeah.
but it taught me. And when I went back and with my tail between my legs and had the discussion with them, they said that we could have told you no, but experience is the best teacher. They knew that I was gonna get judged harshly, but it taught me a very valuable lesson though. But there are other people that are scared to come out and do what they're being asked to do because of being judged.
Yeah, and
So,
that is the biggest mistake you can ever make. Do not let the judgment of man divert you from the divinity of God.
Hey,
and
that's
that's why I salute you.
That's my random statement for the day, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's why I salute you, Willie Biggs,
Appreciate you.
for you stepped out of yourself and shared your experience to make me comfortable. And you didn't even have to do that, but all praise be to God for you to do that. And man, I salute you for doing that. And it's just
Man,
I
it's
already
real.
respect you to
It's
the
real.
outermost, but it's just
It's real, bro. You can't be real with somebody and hide stuff. You can't be, oh man, I keep it real at all times. Yeah, but you're not being honest with me right now.
Right.
When people say, "Oh, that's real talk," oh no, no. I tell you something, and I try to teach my kids as I tell you. I always tell them, when somebody asks you something, don't start a question with, "Well," don't start answering, "Well, to be honest." because that implies that in other situations you'd be lying.
Right.
Just say what you're gonna say.
Right.
Just say, to be honest, that don't make it any more poignant.
I like
Although honestly, I would don't just say what you're gonna say.
say what you're gonna say.
Don't give it a don't put any disclaimer. Don't put no preface on it. Just say what you're gonna say.
I
Because
love
if you say what you're
And
gonna say,
look at somebody when
there's
you're
no interpretation there.
I love
But I mean, that's being real, right? That's being real. Like, say what you're gonna say. Well, honestly, Dad, no. So you mean another time you'd be lying to me?
Mhm.
And I really tried my best to not. You know what I mean? It's a given thing. It's like, it's colloquialisms. You learn it. People gonna say stuff, but I really make an effort, especially in business, especially in my, the other life that ain't online. I'm definitely one of those people that says exactly what I mean. Because if I don't, and it gets misinterpreted, we're gonna have a conflict later.
That's why I have so much respect.
You gotta say what you mean, bro, and don't try to. Now, G-Mac can tell you, I know the words. I know how to use words. I can say what I want to say in the most polite way, and you do too. Clearly, we've been listening to these words, and then before we get off into me, we're gonna get off into you because one, I'm so arrogant, I could take this whole show talking about me.
You're good.
But
Not lying.
what I want to know though, is because you're in this space now, and your intent with this new, well, I ain't gonna say new because it may be new to the rest of everybody else, but you've always been focusing direct. Like I say, if people that listen, they can hear this voice. This voice is meant to tell the truth. You can't lie with a voice like that. It won't sound
You really
right.
cannot.
You can't. A lie coming out of your mouth, boy, will shake a planet. It's got to be true.
It would.
With that in mind, with this new project, what is your intent? What are you trying to put on the minds of the audience?
I'm basically trying to create a lane, create a space. Well, to do my part and to wipe out some of these taboos in our community, the Black community, things that we won't talk about, these honest conversations, these double entendres that we be having when, in regards to, okay, it's okay to, rap about murder, and every damn thing, dark thing under the sun, but on the same side, you getting that money. So we can't have it both ways, and we
speak on that, please elaborate on that.
Please do.
Yes, we're in a time right now, to where you got a whole damn insurrection that happened on live TV around the world.
Preach.
And then you got police officers still gunning us down. On one hand, you still got a system that's got his damn foot on our neck. But at the same time, we can't get no mainstream music that's got the pulse of all of that. It's just gonna be kill. We genociding in the midst of a system kicking our ass and all this going on. That's insanity. That's insanity. And
programming.
Babies dying. You know what I'm saying? Getting hit. I mean, it's just it's past the point of ridiculousness, and we just gotta have a real hard truthful conversation in our community. We can't have it both ways. We can't do that no more. We got to be straight up with this reality that we're in, and don't nobody want to risk losing their bag to talk about what matters most. How
you get a bag peddling death? I mean, you peddling death.
Easy.
Let me speak on that. I want to speak on that.
Please go ahead.
So,
G-Mac, I know we got to get to some music, but I'm taking so much time out. No. I want to keep going. We're going to have to move the music break down. Go ahead. Speak on that.
So, I was talking to someone. Now, think about the earlier stages of mainstream rap. You had an X-Clan. You had a Special Ed. You had a KRS-One. You had a Just Like, you had a Snoop. You had all these different options of everything going on. That was because those higher ups in those record industry buildings hadn't taken over the culture yet. So they had to play ball and allow these dudes to have these platforms at their record labels. We had variety, we had everything, and they was all doing gold and platinum, all of them. And then once they figured out, okay, we need to take over this thing, and that's when they started honing in on what they wanted to do, which was, okay, we're gonna get these old heads up out of here like the KRS. We're gonna get all these niggas out the mainstream. We're gonna get these young niggas. We're gonna throw them that bag that we wasn't paying the OGs starting this culture.
Right.
Locked it down. So when they locked it down and honed in that message, not only did they control the narrative, which is okay. We need this shit to be violent. We need it to be degrading. We need it to be all of that. It was that going on back then, but they pushed out all of the other voices and narrowed it to one message, and they drove the shit out of that. But at the same time, in doing that, now you're hearing about them taking out life insurance policies on artists. You hear them about buying stocks for private-owned prisons. You know, stockholders getting money from that too. So they got the message where they, you know, you put your. Well, everybody don't wear braids, but you know the look.
Yeah, you put on uniform. Yeah.
Yes, the uniform. It's a certain uniform, certain lingo, and then you put it out there, and then okay, prison, pipeline to prison. They know police profiling. They know what to look for. I mean, it's just a big ass supernova of darkness that the record industry is just shoving down our throats. And then on one side of it, you got the prisons fucking wall to wall packed with us and brown other people. Then you got the deaf, and I mean, it's just.
Said it again.
Nobody wants to talk about the root of the problem. You know, they killed Michael Jackson. They took him out. He had the answer. He owned half of Sony. Why? We got Jay-Z, we got Diddy, we got all these billionaires, 500 millionaires, but we can't have our own distribution company to distribute it us, to give us our masters' rights, get the Vaseline off us, get the dick out our ass, let us eat, let us live. You know, we can't come together and do that, but Mike owned half of one dude. So I understand, you know, they don't want to talk about none of this. You know, everybody pacify the situation. Have an honest conversation about this. We got to.
You keeping it super real. I remember when people talk about Michael Jackson's Sony deal, and for those that don't know, his deal was to the point where even if he didn't sell records, he still made money because he had a partnership not with Sony Music, but with Sony the corporation.
Yes.
So if you bought a CD Walkman,
the entity itself,
you bought anything that was Sony brand or owned, Michael got some change off that piece. So he could have really stopped making records after that deal. And we can go 100 miles in a hole on a Michael Jackson's conspiracy theory, because when I look at them kids, I'm like, those are not his kids. We know why they gave him them kids, because they want that fortune to circle back into that community. But we ain't gonna do that on this show. But clearly, though, I do know, and if you got time, we're gonna have to have, just like we did with Next, we're gonna have to have a RIDAH God part 2.
I'm whenever you're ready. We're
gonna have to have a part 2. G-Mac, you ready to play some music?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's play some music. We're gonna come back in the third segment. The show's gonna run a little long, but that's okay. And we're gonna have you back for part 2. We just got to get with Jen, get it scheduled, because we need 2 shows with you, bro. Because we only scratching the surface now. We just give them enough to make them scared.
Right.
Don't scare the shit out of them when we the next one.
Well, we'll be right back right after this. Some RIDAH right here, baby.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
I'm talking to you, baby girl. You are a queen, let the world see. Baby girl, you're strong enough through all you see. Baby girl, only you can let yourself get let down. Baby girl, we all done broke the same miracle.
I used to disrespect you, I was lost, but now I'm grown. I put it on myself to teach these youngsters when they wrong. Whether cats are grown or they're somewhere in their teens, they cowards if they out here killing, drugging, raping queens, or putting their hands on you. That's not what love is. Don't be out here chasing men that don't even love your kids. You stripping to survive, or you hustling to survive. 3-4 jobs out here making sure your baby stay alive. Stay strong, you can take them devils out here faking. It's time to heal our women. It's your world for the taking. Shirley Jackson, April Mills, may you both rest in peace. This song is for my queen out here dying in these streets. My mother, rest in peace. Cousin Dean, in peace. I lost my cousin Ebony. She was murdered in these streets. Miss Gaddy, Keisha Pruitt, Mama Cheryl, rest in peace. May God bless the families and the kids of the deceased.
Baby girl, you are a queen, let the world see. Baby girl, you're strong enough can let yourself get let down. Baby girl, we often throw the same merry-go-round.
This is my message to my queens, black and strong, rating kings. You're all super women, overcoming anything. We hate you, that's a lie. Keep your head up to the sky. Walk away from any man if all he do is make you cry. This system out to get you, but just know I'm out here with you. Black queens, dry your eyes, let my lyrics be your tissue. Black girl magic, every shade of you is simply classic. Black or brown, light skin, thick or thin, I'm a fanatic. Puffy afros, dreadlocks, or a fade. Twisted, you can perm me when you're fine either way. Our kids need to see the kings and queens unified. No more static, we magnetic, we majestic, eye to eye. Salute to all my queens, God bless the single mothers. Salute to all my queens, married Martin for their brothers. I dedicate this song to my sisters, to my queens. I love you, don't give up, and disrespect sincerely King.
Baby girl, you are a queen, let the world see. Baby girl, you're strong enough through all you see. Baby girl, only you can let yourself get let down. Baby girl, we often throw the same merry-go-round. Baby girl, baby girl.
You are listening to Hood Tech Presents the HoodCast.
Hood Tech presents the HoodCast.
Frustrated, people wondering why it's all happening. Police dealing with multiple shootings over 12 hours. One of the victims, a baby, is recovering. A 20-year-old is dead.
20 shots rang out, another homicide. The news only said that another rapper died. My block, your block, anybody block. Young niggas dying young from the shot of Little Rock. They die on Instagram, they die in the metaverse. Can't even rest in peace, bullet holes in your hearse. Another mother cries, another homie lies. Gone on this shit, I can see it in their eyes. They on a scheming time, they call it demon time. Disrespect your mom and pops, just a waste of semen time. Don't get to see their prime, feds drop the dime. What the fuck are we gonna do about this king on king crime? But it's plain to see, you can't change me, cause I'ma be a rider for life. It's plain to see, you can't change me, cause I'ma be a rider for life. Straight out the belly of the beast, it's still fuck peace. In the heart of Babylon, blood running in the streets. Kings killing kings, queens killing queens. All I got to say is fuck them little shiny teens. We assassinated, yeah, we assassinated, we assassinated, dog. Niggas running out of sheets. My side, your side, anybody's side. This the part in Revelations where we all gotta ride. Let's go to Mactown, Newport to Jacktown, Pine Bluff, Sugar City, Arkansas, niggas down. Let's put the guns down, get fitted for our crown. Make a plan, unify and shut this motherfucker down. And fuck them racist cops, my niggas them the ops. I put that on my city, we gon' liberate the block. LA to NY, NO to H-Town, Memphis 10, Mississippi, all my Georgia niggas down. Let's put the guns down, get fitted for our crown. Break the curse, pump your fist and shut this motherfucker down. Let's put the guns down, get fitted for our crown. Get your guns, pump your fist and shut this motherfucker down. And it's plain to see, you can't change me, cause I'ma be a rider for life. It's plain to see, you can't change me, cause I'ma be a rider for life.
Shit, choppers grinding, you know exactly what that fire bring. Beautiful days, watching them turn into a crime scene. Funeral was packed, mamas crying when the choir sang. That's what this time bring. So where you really at? Young niggas got beef, so when it's up, you know it's really that. Bodies dropping one after another, they going tit for tat. You pay the price, you lose your life. It ain't no getting it back, it ain't no second chance but life to live. And that's really fact. So many young niggas want a better life and can't picture that. This cold system take it off from them, but won't mention that. So they resort to violence, and they'll let you feel the wrath before they live in silence. That's how they going out. You think they steaming, they facing demons you don't know about. They crime up on your head, but that better hold it down. It's time to put them guns up and get your funds up and make them boss move when the sun's up, pick your sons up. So what you in it for? Take advantage every second, every minute, bro. Because they killing us. We can go that broke the mold and now they feeling us. They try to take the royalty from us, but it's still enough. Gang.
You can't change me, cause I'ma be a rider for life. It's plain to see, you
can't change me, cause I'ma be a rider for life.
And we shouldn't be angry. And my raps that I'm rapping to my community shouldn't be filled with rage. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be filled with the same atrocities that they gave to me. In the media, they don't talk about it. So in my raps, I have to talk about it. And it just seems foreign because there's no one else talking about it. Not me. You know, I want when they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like, they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. They know what I'm going to say. And that's our job. Somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish. And because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it.
We have returned. Third and final segment of HoodCast 291. We got 9 more episodes to go, fam. Yes, 9 more to the big 300. We back with the RIDAH G.O.D, baby.
Dope.
And I'm really upset that I could not get a first class flight.
What? Oh God.
I really am. I'm upset about it. I just am. Just saying.
Well, they get
Biggs, we can't hear a word you're saying. Biggs, we can't hear you. Nope. He was making fun of me. That's why we can't hear him. Look at God.
Yeah, we don't can't hear you, Biggs.
We can't hear Biggs. Look at God. We can't hear a word you're saying because he's making fun of me. We can't hear a word you saying. Hi, Biggs. Everybody wave. We can't hear you. What you do?
Now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh God.
That wasn't G-Mac. That was my fault. Too much technology. What I was saying was we're trying to plan our 300th anniversary show, right? We're trying to put it in New York. We're telling everybody to come. And Jen, being the diva that she is, she's a little uptight because she can't get a first class flight. And
I'm disgusted
the
by
W
that.
Hotel is not keeping her suite prepared as
Hey,
she
try
like.
to
They
have-
don't have the rose petals in the hallway when she arrives. She wants 2 midgets carrying her in on big pillows. You know how she get. You know how Jen. You know how your sister is.
Oh,
You know.
shit.
Hey, when you're high maintenance, you're high maintenance. You know. High maintenance is what you know. When you're high maintenance, it is what it is. I understand. Now, me, I'm gonna sleep in the back. I'm gonna sleep in the knapsack in the train station. I'm good.
Did you see the free breakfast show where now at work they're making fun of me? They're holding signs talking about we pay for our breakfast.
I said I was gonna stay at the Holiday Inn Express. They got free breakfast. She was like, Holiday Inn Express? Oh my. What is that?
Right.
Oh, they don't even turn your pillow down. They don't put no candy mints on your pillow. I can't stay there.
Right.
I'm gonna tell y'all the worst hotel experience I think I've ever had in my life was Holiday Inn Express.
It's not the same when you're in Chelsea and Lower Manhattan. It's not the same. Trust me.
Allegedly. But
that's why I stay when I'm there. I'm telling you, it is not.
And this is in Chicago. And I don't do wildlife. I don't do nature. I don't do bugs.
So you got all that in Chicago?
Child, listen. You know them bugs that fly?
Yeah, they call roaches. We know what they are. We're trying to make like we don't know. You know them bugs that fly.
Now, me, I've lived in Arkansas long enough to know that the damn things can swim. So we got it and we knocked it in the toilet. We flushed it. He was gone. He was gone for hours.
Then he came back.
Yeah, and you know us women folk. We don't turn on the light to go to the bathroom at night.
He was wearing a T-shirt to say, "You started it, now I'm gonna finish it."
And it's dark, and he flew out of the toilet. I took the shower curtain, I took the towel rack, I took the soap, I took the complimentary shampoo, I took myself to the front lobby. I'm leaving.
Were you going to the bathroom when he came back?
I was getting ready to.
Oh, that could have been different. Yeah. Okay. RIDAH God's here. We're not going to take that too far, but that's a horrible joke that's completely tasteless that I'm fighting hard not to tell. So let's get right back to our show. Let's get right to it. If God wasn't here, boy, you know, we'd have went down the dark, and me and Cookie was here. We'd have had a sense of that whole show. Her mom would have called and cussed, not cussed, but she'd have prayed for all of us. That joke wrote itself. It was too easy.
You know, she keep that oil in that cloth with her. She been
on everybody. She been there trying to get it off. Get off him, Satan. Get off him. Mom be trying to save us on here.
Y'all could have heard that conversation behind that church lady sleeping with the pastors and stealing money in the cash room. Ooh,
That's what Cokie said in the last show, bro. Her mom heard that.
Oh God.
When he said it, I did like this. I was like, oh my God. You just got all of our mamas on our ass when the show's over.
And she called me like I said it.
Right.
And you know when them church ladies get mad, they had them soup can rollers in their head, and the rollers was rocking back and forth. And let me tell him, I'm like, man, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, when mama come at you like that, you can't say nothing but yes, man.
Right.
But that's what this show does, though, right? This is the perfect platform. Our goal is to make you mad. We want to make you think. We want you to get so pissed off with us that you're going to come back and tell us we're wrong. Then please prove us wrong. But at least if you're trying to do it, you get some discussion going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we normally do an hour show. We're running over. I want to invite you back. I want to invite you back officially for part 2. We got to have a part 2. We had some audio problems in the beginning. There's some little. I want to invite you back for part 2. We could have been right on time. I still would have invited you back, bro. I could do. You could co-host a couple times a week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to co-host. That's a good idea.
Jen, you just can't hire everybody. Hell, you barely got a job. Cut it out.
I get fired every week.
She just got her face in the logo. Now she in here hiring people. What are you doing?
I get fired every week.
Look at the logo. That logo used to have 3 faces on it. Now it's got 4. Jen in the back. Then she just snuck into the party.
I get fired every week.
But you know how Queen is. Once you let her know, she gonna take over the whole house.
I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Yes, brother. So now tell us, man. We got into we probably got a little deeper than most folks would on the interview. Now we get off track about the music because the music speaks for itself.
It does.
We gonna have the links on our Podomatic. I've posted the links on my Twitter. Everywhere I can. We gonna spread the word.
Thank you, brother.
That's without question. I used to listen to and I still do. I got some of his music on my phone. Good Lord, C-Scale. C-Scale. He did that Between a Rock and a Hard Place, which of Arkansas artists, that's one of my favorite records. Mm-hmm. I got it on my watch. I got it on my smart watch. I'm working out. I'm listening to it. One of my favorite records. Now I'm adding this new joint of yours is going in there. Definitely, and it's definitely some workout music. That's some workout music. Them beats go hard. You and Pharaoh are Jay-Z and Pharrell.
Yeah, that's the man. Yeah. My God.
Speaking of Pharaoh,
he did 8 joints on there. He mixed and recorded the entire album.
Mm-hmm.
But joints, Don Key did Don Damn Key did one.
Mm-hmm.
Beats by Buddy Moses did one, and DJ Payne did 1, did 2.
Oh, you got one from DJ Payne?
Which one did Payne do?
You got 2 from Payne?
DJ Payne 1.
Out of life.
Yeah, that's the king of beat stars right there.
Yeah, that man is dope. I love it.
I mean, you got production from a Drake collaborator. That's big.
Yeah, he dope. I love him.
He's dope. And you know, I don't know him personally, but just interaction online seemed to be a decent dude.
Yeah, real humble, bro.
Yeah, and got the credits to be an asshole.
Oh yeah.
I hate to say it, but in the industry lingo, he got the credits to be an asshole.
He does.
He's not. And he gives a lot of great advice too.
This is what I found fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
What year did you meet Pharaoh?
The story was ferocious. So I was I've known of him. Crazy. We same people, but we just never got the link. So I was on the set of Ear Fears, 607 and Bobby's group. I was on the set of New Niggas video shoot with them. And I was outside kicking it with their pops, Big Bobby. And Ferocious came walking across the street. I said, damn, I go Ferocious. So I walked up to him. I don't know what I had going on at the time, but I was like, man, I was something about a song. And he looked at me and he said, yeah, let's do it. Holler at me. Hit me up. Like, just like that. The same dude to this day. So we linked up maybe a couple years after that. I called him for a consult and I went over there. That was 2014. And we sat and talked. And the first thing he said to me was, what can I do to make you comfortable? When he said that, that was my guy. I've been riding with him since. And
just 8 years. But when you listen to the body of work, you would have thought that he had been there since 96.
Nah, we just developed an awesome ass chemistry. You know, the street joint that I had released was basically a scaled down, clean version of this album. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
basically the album we've been curating for the whole time I've been there. But you know, a pit stop along the way,
Right.
throughout Street Preacher. You know, some clean for the older people that rock with me. They could play some clean music
Right.
around those that they love. But then we got right back in and went on and finished up the album. So, which is what you hear now.
Shit, man, good meals take time. Good
Yeah.
meals
Sure do.
take time, bro. Please do not throw me no fast food and microwave shit. I won't mind. I won't mind this summer. I need to go to church and let that crock pot cook. I want to fall off the bone when I get home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, real food take time, bro. Now, you told us you got it. It's playing Northwest Arkansas. It's on the local station in 92.3.
96.
It's on DJ Kane's drive time mix show in the Fayetteville area, Northwest Arkansas area, whatever all that covers. And then it's also in Oklahoma City.
That's a big deal. Drive time, people don't just get that. That's a big deal.
Yes.
Drive time, for those that don't know radio, drive time is a big deal. That is the one time you have a fully captured audience.
Mm-hmm.
They either in the car going to work or coming from work. They in traffic. And if you can catch them at drive time, that's why a commercial is higher during drive time.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to not give you, you earned it. Anybody give you nothing. But for you to earn a spot in drive time, you had to deliver quality material.
Oh yeah, you know,
had to,
and just
had to,
and, you know, in good business, you know,
good business. I tell people all the time, they folks go, man, I go to the radio station, I'm trying to get my record played. They said I had to get it mixed and mastered. I got it mixed and mastered. They told me I had to register. I got it registered. They told me I had to do this. I had to do that. They still ain't playing my record, man. I talked to the program director 100 times. I said, you talked to the wrong motherfucker.
Right.
Go to the sales department, bro.
Yeah.
The program director, he played what he can play. But guess what? The sales department, that's where all the power in the building is.
Yeah,
go to the sales department. Buy some advertising. Do business.
Absolutely.
Business is exchange of goods and services.
Absolutely.
If you ain't exchanging, all you doing is asking. Like my motto is don't come begging, come buying.
Man,
that's my other random statement for the night.
I love it.
Don't come begging, come buying. You get way more. You get more. And I can't afford this. There's no such thing as what you can't afford. It's what you're willing to pay for.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for this, but you make time for what you want to make time for.
Absolutely.
We got to stop making those excuses, bro. You are a true example of a man who stopped making excuses and started making moves, and I applaud you for that.
Man,
I applaud you for that. Now, tell the folks what other platforms, like we know the radio platforms. Are you on Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah. Other than Facebook, which is the RIDAH God official. Everything else you can find me at the RIDAH God. You know, TheRidahGod, or you can go to my website, theridahgod.com.
For sure. We're going to put that in. We got to put that in our chat too. Make sure we put theridahgod.com in there. We want to make sure that people understand where they can find you, how they can reach you. And but I'm going to take it as a personal mission on my shoulders through this quarter to do as much promotion as I can.
Thank you, brother. I'm humbled and grateful.
Yeah. And you say, you know, people will holler, I support you, bro. And they won't hang the phone up and they go back and throw on some old Migos or whatever the fuck they listen to in their car. Yeah. But if you really support somebody, you tell somebody.
Yeah.
So our mission here is it helps us by helping you. So that's what we want to do. We want to help you, man. You're welcome here anytime. Whether you got a new release,
now I gotta get sleep on here.
Video. Hey, when the videos come out, because we can run video during the show. So when you get the videos done, come back on here. We definitely want to do that. We can do part 2 still, and then we can do a part 3 with the videos. Come back.
I got 3 up now. You know, we're about to get ready to drop another one. So
we definitely will run those, man. We always want to support. And home team, man. Hey, we might not be sitting in the same state right now, but family's family, home is home. Yeah. We got those shared experiences. We done all rolled down 12th Street, went the window down because the air conditioning don't work.
Hey,
we done all done it, bro.
More often than not. Yeah.
Thank God that light from University all the way down. You can run that thing hard. The air blow.
Let that breeze.
So glad they never put a light at Jackson Street. I just ride all the way through this joint.
Hey, I remember as a youngster, I used to wait down there in Pit Pack when I was damn. I couldn't even buy no liquor. But on this bitch, It's like
Pack
go
a pick.
sneaking pick pack, baby. Shit, go
He said
get some
pick
drink
pack.
on, boy.
He took it all the way back. He said,
He went
"Pick
Don't
that."
give
all
a
the way. He went back to Forest
pack.
Heights High School. He said,
Don't
Shit,
give my
I would
professor
put back for
that.
that. Hey, Peter, Peter with that
Peters, oh
fire,
yeah.
but with that fire ass damn feet.
Peters, boy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what?
High
Peters
blood
is not
pressure in a
good
bucket.
anymore.
But it
I
was
know
delicious.
my baby mama say that shit all the time.
Peters is not good anymore. New Fonderia is not over there anymore.
Yeah,
What?
man.
Top of the line
Dude,
is not over there anymore. I used to
it's
get my hair
the
done
list is
there.
short of what's good as opposed to what still is good, man. I think I know the sign of old age when you do remember better times. When you do remember better services. You remember, I remember when this used to be. First time I caught myself doing it, I was like, fuck, I got old. It just hit me. I was like, oh. The other day
Somebody
I was
said
just
Big
saying this
Daddy's
music
Pawn Shop the
nowadays. I
other
was like,
day,
oh
and I
shit,
was
did it come out
like,
my mouth?
Man.
Feel like the dude in the commercial when you start seeing these new homeowners turning into their parents. That's me right there.
"Yep, that's me."
The wisdom.
It is a wisdom.
Got that
It's a
wisdom.
wisdom is a gift and a curse. When you're
Yeah, it
young, you
is.
don't know shit. Everything is magical. I mean, when the music and television was magical, I used to, how they get that in the box? How they do this? And then when I started working around the field, it kind of
You
took
like,
some
"Ugh."
of the amazement off. I understood why a lot of people become drawn by the money because the creative part, it ain't no more. It's no the smoke and mirrors out the way. You know how that
Yeah.
goes. So then the next drive is how can I be more successful? So you start running after money, and then the art starts to suffer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, wisdom. It's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah, we have gotten older.
Preach.
it is what it is, man. Like, so you bring it out of me, dude. I can't. So I be around here, man. We'll sit up all night. You won't get to work.
Because I realized that one of the
Look
solar
forward to
lights was out when I pulled in,
Yes.
and it just pissed me off.
Part 2, man. Jen, you gotta get with RIDAH. Y'all gotta get this student.
We
Just
get
tell
part
us
two.
when, brother. We're gonna have you back.
When y'all,
Now, a big
I'm
part of
coming.
our show that we do
Mhm.
is called random statements.
Mhm.
At the end of every show, we just want to write off the top of your dome. It ain't got to be spiritual. It ain't got to mean nothing to nobody but you. But what pops in your head comes out your mouth. That is the most honest thing you can do. So, as a close of our show, we do our random statements. We always let our guests go first.
Okay.
Coke is not here, so hopefully it won't go off the rails. When he's here, that shit might go anywhere. So let's give us your random statement. I've been looking forward to this boy for a week. I'm not lying.
Hold on.
Be present. Be present right now. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. Present right now.
Amen. That's the realest. Be present right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. You can't fix yesterday, and you cannot dictate tomorrow. Yes, sir. Be present. All right. Who we got going next? Jen.
You can buy the charts, but you can't buy the culture.
Cannot buy the culture. Facts. They sure been putting a price tag on it, but they sure keep trying to.
Hey.
Yeah, but hip hop is about resilience.
Mm-hmm.
It's about resilience. It's about making something out of nothing. Any culture that does that, you can't take it over because it recreates itself. It's like water. It's gonna always change and form and keep moving forward. You can't stop it.
Love that.
You can add something to it, but it's still water.
Still water. That's what hip hop is. Hip hop was born out of people in desperation, oppressed with nothing. With nothing. You know what I'm saying? Grandmaster Flash made the crossfader because there was no way for you to play two records at the same time and mix them. He invented that. He invented that. Before that, all the mixes and faders, all the stuff you can go and see online, none of that stuff existed. Grandmaster Flash soldered those wires, put those switches in there, and made those little switches so he could turn those records on and off at the same time. That's innovation. Out of pure nothing. Made out of old raggedy records. Made out of old raggedy mixes.
You cannot afford that. That is priceless.
That's what I'm saying. And you can't buy that. You can't even teach that. That's the ingenuity you can't teach. That's a God-given talent. So yeah, I will say my random statement for tonight is be open to receive the message. Be open to receive the message. You don't know everything. You know, sometimes the smartest people know what they don't know. Well, at least they accept the fact they don't know. So be open to receive the message. All right, G-Mac, it's left up to you. We all been decent. You gotta take us down a peg. We need something filthy. Go ahead.
Yeah, come on.
My random statement tonight is a PSA. Well, not a PSA. It's
Jesus.
It's not a PSA. It's actually, I don't want to see why I say PSA. It's a statement. It's an announcement.
Here we go.
Right for the boss to make his announcement. So.
Yeah, my son's calling. So
Oh, okay.
go ahead.
Well,
No, go ahead.
we're gonna take a 2-episode hiatus. So we're not gonna be here Thursday. We're not gonna be here Monday. We shall be back on the 18th. Got some changes going on this weekend. You know what I'm saying? New location and everything. So just to let y'all know, we're going on a little vacation for a week.
So we off Thursday and Monday?
We're off Thursday and Monday, baby.
Woo! I don't know what I'm gonna do with them whole
Yeah,
them
what are
two
we gonna
48
do
hours. What I'm gonna do with
ourselves?
myself
What are we gonna do it ourselves?
in the middle of the dang on week.
Make
Thanks,
some
G-Mac. You
lunch,
couldn't get
yeah.
like a Friday off?
And when we come back on the 18th, our special guest is gonna be Funk Lab. You know, they just came out with another song.
Right. So we got the Funk Lab in here on the 18th.
And then I'm
We
gonna
got
try
to
to
get
get
RIDAH
Bro
G.O.D scheduled. We got to get RIDAH G.O.D's part 2 scheduled. He gonna come back because we only scratched the surface.
Yeah.
I mean we just right on the top. We didn't really get enough.
We didn't even discuss 96 Vinos.
No, but God, that's another that is another podcast, like another production right there.
Right.
Going into Vinos. Those days for me,
Why were
I
we
got to
even
Little Rock
there?
and realized I was like, well, I'm not gonna say what I was like, but I had my issue under the ground in the Vinos. What I thought was a little exploitive, in my opinion.
It was
kind of got to be a little minstrel-esque.
Yeah.
Some of those representatives on
song?
stage got a little, I try
What's
not
the
to be that
weirdest
guy.
pizza song?
But I always thought, okay, so we go in the back of this pizza shop that ain't owned or operated by no people that look like us. Now, of course, we understand that. But then I look on stage and I see what's jumping up and down on the stage, and I see in the audience. And after a while, some of the instances it started to look to me like they wasn't laughing with us as much as they was laughing at us.
Exactly.
And it started to look like a minstrel show. And I'm not talking about what fucking I am. I'm talking about something specific. I mean, it was some folks that was in there that it was a gimmick. I understand they was gimmicky. They was trying to be a little punk and a little goth, and they was trying to do something different because they was trying to find a way to get an artist in Little Rock. So you came in, and they did. But I think when you start feeding somebody something, and that's what they expect from you, so it's hard for you to turn away from that. It's like when you sign your first deal and you come to the industry always wants to tell you what you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if you let them dictate to you what you need to be, and it don't work, it's your fault.
Yeah.
If you let them dictate to you what it need to be, and let's say, and sometimes the bad scenario, it does work. Now you stuck with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to come in being a clown and expect people to take you seriously.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? But anyway, that's the HoodCast 291. I can do a whole nother show with this. Matter of fact, y'all can get off, and me and Rod just gonna talk for the next 2 hours and just broadcast out. But we're gonna have you back, brother. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving up a little bit of the time to get the bag to hang out with some family and friends.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Again, this next quarter, if you see me tweeting something that ain't RIDAH G.O.D, somebody send me a message because I'm slipping. Because you definitely gonna get promotions on this side of the table. I got about 13,000 people I can tell about you. So
thank you, brother.
We gonna work on doing it. My son is texting me like, "Daddy, I'm off work." Come get me.
Yes.
Okay, I got him. Which was that, Bobby? I got him, Bobby.
Yeah, that's my youngest. So we got our random statements. That's the RIDAH G.O.D, ladies and gentlemen. HoodCast 291. It's a wrap. Thank you for coming through, sir. Salute.
We
will have him back for part 2.
And I get with
part
you
2 coming soon.
Congratulations in advance on episode 300.
Thank you, sir.
Have a hood day, everybody.
Hello?
HoodTech presents the HoodCast. HoodTech presents the HoodCast.